So I just spent thousands of dollars on buying the most popular drivers on the internet just to try to find out if lots of views means something's actually any good. And we're gonna start off with a driver that is one of the longest drivers I tested. It's the Ping G430 LST. Now Ping's been famous for making some of the most forgiving drivers in golf. And while that really hasn't changed, they've now created one of their longest drivers in the G430 LST. So if you got a fast swing speed, this driver is gonna be perfect for you. It'll help you reduce your spin and bump up your ball speed, which is exactly what you need for maximum distance. Now the LST comes with a carbon fly wrap crown that extends into both the heel and the toe. Since it's ultra lightweight, Ping's managed to set the center of gravity lower in the club head, giving you better ball speed and more forgiveness. With a forged club face that uses different thicknesses throughout, it helps to give you the most flex and, you guessed it, faster ball speeds. They've also added a new internal rib structure that gives you a really solid sound. Not too tinny, not too dull. The variable roll radius is pretty clever too. It reduces loft on the bottom of the club face, which means there's less spin and more distance when you don't quite catch it straight and flush, kind of like me. Want to customize your shots? The 22-gram back weight's adjustable, so you can actually dial in your launch conditions and set up for either a neutral, a draw, or a fade shot. Next up is a driver that is my own personal favorite of all the ones I tested, and I'm actually currently using it in my bag. It's the PXG0311 Black Ops driver. Now this year I got to spend time with PXG at their headquarters and at the Scottsdale National Golf Course. And let me tell you, it was incredible. Now during my visit, I got fitted for the 0311 Black Ops driver. And honestly, it has not left my bag since. Now this driver is designed to launch high with low spin. And its AMF technology is quite honestly mind-blowing. They've used a special titanium alloy that makes sure energy transfers perfectly between the club head and the ball, no matter where you hit it on the face. And the crown and sole are made from carbon fiber, and since this material is so light, it's been able to move the weight to other parts of the club head where it's more useful. Now all of this helps boost the MOI, which means for us, more forgiveness, and it pushes the center of gravity lower and further back, which helps you get those high launches that we all want. Now the 0311 Black Ops comes with 3 weights that can be swapped to dial in your spin and adjust for a fade or draw bias. And they've also added this cool non-uniform bulge and round design that changes the curves across the club face. So it's not just for show, it helps it make those off-center hits perform much better and add even more forgiveness on those missed hits. Now I've got to say, this is one of the best drivers I've ever hit. It went straight in my bag and it's gonna be staying there for a pretty long time. So be sure to check it out. Next up is a driver that is by far the most forgiving of any driver I tested this year. It's the Ping G430 Max 10K driver. Now, Ping had always been my go-to brand for forgiving drivers, so it's no surprise that golfers everywhere, including myself, thinks the G430 Max 10K is the most forgiving driver that you can get your hands on. Now, the G430 Max 10K got its name from hitting that impressive 10,000 grams, 7 meters squared, some math equation, combined MOI mark, making it Ping's most forgiving driver so far. With its fixed back weight, oversized head, and carbon fly wrap crown all working together, you've got a club that you'll keep your shots straight even when you don't catch it quite right. For some reason, those missed hits will still find their way to the fairway. Ping also used a titanium face which helps flex just enough to give you those explosive ball speeds and extra distance that you've been looking for. And its trajectory tuning 2.0 features a clean hosel sleeve that lets you tweak the club in 8 different positions, so you can actually nail down your perfect launch and ball flight. Oh, and here's a nice upgrade. On older Ping drivers, it used to sound a little bit tinny, but the G430 Max 10K has a more solid but muted sound that you'll actually want to hear. So if you're struggling to find the sweet spot with your current driver, you're definitely going to want to check out the G430 Max 10K. Alright, so next up is a driver that I feel is the best looking driver of all that I've tested. It's a TaylorMade Qi10 driver. Now, a TaylorMade driver sitting at the top of our list for the best looking driver in 2024 really isn't surprising. They've been creating some of the most beautiful golf drivers for a long time, well, at least on I can remember. But the Qi10 isn't just about good looks, it's one of the most forgiving drivers that's out there. And that's thanks to its multi-material construction that's been built to deliver the best MOI possible. Now, TaylorMade's lower the center of gravity in the Qi10's club head, which is compared to their previous drivers and older models. This helps you get the ball up in the air more easily, making the club more forgiving. And like all drivers in the Qi10 family, this one supports a carbon crown that covers about 97% of the club's top. And since the crown's so light, they move that weight to other parts of the club where it works even better. And with its patented carbon twist face, is among the lightest you'll find on the market, which means you'll get better energy transfer between the club head and the ball at impact, plus you'll get some better performance when you don't quite hit it dead center. And with their trademark through slot speed pocket, it helps you keep your ball speed up, especially when you hit it low on the face. And if you want adjustability, the Qi10's got plenty of it. You can tweak the loft up or down by 2 degrees from standard. Now sure, the TaylorMade Qi10 looks great, but there's way more to this driver than just appearance. So if you're looking for a really great driver, you need to check out the TaylorMade Qi10. Alright, so next up is a driver that I feel is the best sounding driver of all that I've got to test. And that's a Cobra Darkspeed X driver. Now, there wasn't anything tinny about it, yet it didn't sound dull or have a dead sound either. Solid is the best word I can use to describe the sound. But more than that though, this driver performed on all fronts. It packs a powerful punch of speed, forgiveness, high launch, and stability. Now, just like the Darkspeed LS and the Darkspeed X, this driver was conceived by aerospace engineers using space-age materials. And you can easily optimize your spin conditions with the Darkspeed X, and this all thanks to its adjustable back and forward weights. Now the Darkspeed X sees Cobra's patented power bridge move lower and farther forward in the club head than what we've seen in years past. And this helps to increase the ball speed, and it minimizes the spin, and it increases the club to ball energy transfer at impact. And with the Power Shell L Cup face, it's also about 10% larger, and this helps to provide golfers more forgiveness. And with the upgraded hot club face, it's been designed to also maximize the efficiency of both spin and speed across the entire club face. So out of all the drivers in this year's Cobra family, the Darkspeed X not only sounds the best, but it performs at an elite level too. So be sure to check it out. Next up is a driver that I feel is the best driver if you're looking for more distance off the tee than pretty much anyone I tested. And that's going to be the Callaway Paradym AI Smoke Max. Now, the Callaway Paradym AI Smoke line of drivers just might be the most comprehensive of all the lines from this year. Now, if you're a golfer looking for raw distance above all else, then there's really nothing better in 2024 than the Paradym AI Smoke Max. Now, just like the others in this family, the Max driver's club face has been designed by AI. Now, this takes into account hundreds of thousands of different swing iterations, and which ends up in a result of more than 20 micro deflections that act as a sweet spot all over the club face. So what does this mean? So no matter where you catch the ball in the club face, you're sure to get max performance. Now the AI Smoke Max also features adjustable perimeter weighting in the back of the club head, which allows you for up to 19 more yards of shot shape. Now lastly, the 360-degree carbon fiber chassis is about 15% lighter than it was last year's in the Paradym model. Now this allows weight to be concentrated in more strategic parts of the club head, and which all results in less drag, more speed, and forgiveness. So if you want to bomb it like the big boys, then be sure to check out the Callaway Paradym AI Smoke Max driver. You might actually like it. Next up is a driver that is what I feel is the best driver if you have a high swing speed than all the other ones I tested, and this is going to be the TaylorMade Qi10 LS. Now, if you swing the club at a fast rate of speed, chances are a driver that produces minimal spin is going to be benefiting you the most. Now, the TaylorMade Qi10 LS driver is designed to deliver exactly that. Low spin conditions are due in large part to the deep face and compact head shape. Even though this driver is designed for elite players, it still offers plenty of forgiveness, and that's all thanks to its multi-material construction that maximizes MOI. With an infinity carbon fiber crown that covers about 97% of the top of the club head, this actually allows for maximum mass distribution and even more forgiveness. Now in the back of the club, you're going to find an 18-gram movable weight. That's not only to allow for better shot shaping, but it helps decrease the spin of the club and reduce the turbulence. Now the Qi10 LS also features TaylorMade's third generation of its twist face, which has been made of a 60X carbon fiber. So it's lighter than traditional titanium and most other alloys on the market. This material actually reduces the weight and maximizes the energy transfer at the impact of the ball. Played by the likes of Tiger and Tommy Fleetwood, the TaylorMade Qi10 LS driver is sure to be a head turner for players out there with a faster than average swing speed, so be sure to check it out. Alright, so next up is a driver that I feel is the most popular driver of all the drivers I tested. It's going to be the Titleist GT2 driver. So this driver was one of the most exciting releases this year. And the first thing you're going to notice right away is that this isn't your typical titanium driver. It actually has a breakthrough proprietary matrix polymer crown that's just a third of the weight of traditional titanium designs. So what's really cool about this driver is how it nails both power and forgiveness. And this is all thanks to this lightweight polymer crown. For the first time, Titleist engineers could put the weight exactly where it'll help your game the most. And there's actually a titanium speed ring around the face that keeps your ball speed up whether you hit it perfectly or not, and I'm more on the not side. PGA Tour Pro Adam Scott has already been gaming this driver, and it's showing you that it's got what it takes to be at the pro level. Even though it's a tour level club, you don't have to worry about being a tour player to love what this club does. The GT2 really shines on those not so perfect hits, keeping your ball speed high and your shots straighter, exactly where most of us really need it. And the sound and feel are exactly what you expect from Titleist. Solid, stable, and honestly confidence boosting. So if you're after both distance and consistency this season, it's really a solid upgrade for your driving game. All right, so next up is a driver that I feel is the best driver for high handicappers, and it's a Srixon ZX5 Mark II. The ZX5 Mark II is one of the most forgiving drivers I got to test this season, and it's also one of the hottest performers. Unlike most drivers that have just one flex zone, this driver's rebound frame has two. So this means you'll have a higher COR across the face, leading to faster ball speeds. And the face is made from titanium alloy, which we all know is one of the hardest surfaces you'll find anywhere on the earth, and it sends this ball flying like a rocket. And if you look at the crown of the Mark II, you'll actually notice a series of ridges and lattice work that's both ultra lightweight and stable. So this new design moves the weight to other areas of the club so you can get better launch and spin conditions. So if you're looking for a kind of in-between club, then check this thing out. All right, next up is a driver that I feel is the best feeling of any of the drivers I got to test this season, and that's the Mizuno ST-Z 230. Anybody that's ever hit a Mizuno golf club knows that they make some of the best feeling clubs in the game. And for this year, they came out with the ST-Z 230 driver, and it's more than living up to that reputation. The main reason this driver feels so good is because it's so stable. The way it works is this driver has a Core-Tech chamber that utilizes Solflex TPU material that actually reduces the stress on the club face and emits a muted, kind of dampening sound that both feels and sounds pretty solid. With a balanced composite weight distribution that also limits the torque and increases stability, it also gives us a deeper CG and a shorter CG distance, which helps reduce spin while affording better players out there the workability that they demand. The club face is made of 6.4 titanium and incorporates a multi-thickness design to maximize shot performance across the entire face. So if you're looking for a low spin driver that feels more solid, more than anything else on the market, then be sure to check out the Mizuno ST-Z 230. Guys, I really hope you enjoy this one. If you can do me a favor, can you like and comment down below what's your favorite driver on this list? Did you even buy a new driver this season, or are you gonna be waiting for next season? The full list with links are below, so be sure to check it out. But if you want to see what happened when I tested the best launch monitors of the year, then check out this video right here, and I'll see you out on the course.